Pizza is part of our lives. We share it at football games with our families and even go to great lengths at times to satisfy that savory craving. Pizza Hut has enjoyed a rise to the top of this industry. However, it is no longer 1958, and the way in which we seek to satisfy this craving has shifted. Today, we are here to show you how you can adapt to these changes and renew the connection with your customers. We are 3 Hour Solutions. My name is Suzanne. These are my colleagues Isaac and Vanessa. So let's jump right in. This is our agenda for today that's included in the slides in front of you. Feel free to follow along. So what is the main problem that Pizza Hut is currently facing? The main problem is that Pizza Hut is lacking an online digital strategy that is contributing to a decrease in sales. Underlying this main problem, there are 3 underlying issues. The first being an unfocused target audience. Now with this unfocused target audience, the result is a generic, unengaging online presence that again is feeding this main problem of a decrease in sales. The second underlying issue is online saturation. As we all know, the information saturation that's out there is widespread and it's really difficult to cut through some of the noise. There are many substitutes for a product like Pizza Hut, and it's difficult, as I said, to cut through the noise and reach this customer. The third underlying problem is the budget that we're dealing with to reach the objectives that have been noted. We only have, it's a national scale, so we have a large market that we're trying to reach, and this means only $0.0046 per person. So we have to be really strategic in the way that we allocate our resources if we want to effectively meet these objectives. I will now pass it up to Vanessa to talk about some of the challenges that we see today.
Thanks, Suzanne. So within that problem, there were 2 different challenges that you had asked us to identify. And the first challenge being to create an integrated marketing campaign. And the main goal in this is to increase the number of orders driven through Pizza Hut's mobile app. And then the second challenge was to create a PR campaign to recruit donors and raise money for the World Hunger Relief Campaign. So in order to do this, we came up with a recommendation for you, and it's known as the Hot and Ready Online Strategy. So the first part of this strategy is to target the altogether Alex. And this is going to align with your marketing and online presence, and we're going to explain this target market for you a little bit later in the presentation. Secondly is to turn semi-active online users into active online users by creating value for them. And we're going to do this through the Pizza Strut campaign, and also this is what blank looks like. And this is going to help fight online saturation with many of your competitors that you're competing against within this market. And lastly is non-traditional marketing tactics. We're going to develop social media and online presence for you within your limited budget of $150,000. So I'm now going to pass it back to Suzanne to go over the value proposition.
So what this Hot and Ready strategy will do for you is really strengthen the value proposition they currently offer. Pizza Hut definitely has strong brand equity. It's been around for a long time. It's well known in the homes and the hearts of many Americans. What we'd like to add to this is a real focus on corporate social responsibility and the charities that you're giving to, as it's interesting for people, especially in an online situation. And also your brand personality, and really growing and developing this brand personality, as we will detail later, in a nurturing way. So this brand personality, as I said, will be more of a nurturing brand personality, where you're focusing on the comfort of the consumer. You're trying to give the message that you care about those they serve, and that you want to improve their lives through the business that you are doing with them. So that's the brand personality that our recommendation is really going to strive to communicate to your consumer. So now some analysis about the industry.
So in order to come up with a recommendation, we went through some analysis on the industry, organization, and your customer. So firstly, in terms of industry, this is a $40 billion industry, and about 60% of all pizza is sold within the U.S., and this means that 325 million people eat one slice every single month. So basically, the U.S. is a huge market for pizza, and you have a huge growth potential in terms of sales. Secondly is digital strategy. 60% of all of pizzas delivered in the US are expected to be ordered online within the next few years. And currently, Pizza Hut does lack an online presence. So in order to remain competitive, you're going to need to develop a digital strategy, and this is going to help you compete with your competitors and provide you with a competitive advantage. And lastly is market. The market is very saturated, and many pizza businesses are going with social media, such as Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. So creativity is the key to success here. You're going to need to distinguish yourself within this market in order to have success. Next is organization. So within the U.S. market, franchisee sales were $5.5 billion in 2011, and this is similar to 2008. So you haven't done very much growing within the past few years. And also in 2012, sales were decreasing. And despite the fact that sales were decreasing, you do have a huge growth potential because of how big this industry is. In terms of industry life cycle, your product is within a mature stage. So diversification is very important for you in terms of all your products, your promotions, and your advertising. And lastly is charity. You are involved in many charitable PR campaigns, and you're committed and involved within your communities. For example, you did feed 12 million children in need just last year. And in order to amp up your charity involvement, use of social media is very critical to reach your donors and encourage them to donate. So now Suzanne's going to take over and talk about the customer.
So as I previously stated, one of the main issues is that you have an unfocused target market. So we wanted to take another look at the industry and segment with our own segments here. So the first segment we'll look at is the busy Bob. So this is the individual that has a really busy lifestyle and therefore really lacks a routine. So they'll often be found eating out, particularly at dinner time, and they're always on the go. This individual is also noted to be semi-active online. They'll be browsing online more so out of boredom than seeking information or things that interest them online. The second segment we've identified is the plain Jane. So this is the traditional Pizza Hut goer that has been with Pizza Hut since it opened and likes the product, likes the brand, and will remain loyal to it. They prefer the consistency, and it's all about the product for this individual. We've noted that they would be most likely inactive online. They're sort of the no frills, no gimmicks, just want what they're expecting. The third segment is the all-together Alex. This is the segment that's really buying with others in mind. They need convenience, and it's noted that they have a semi-active online. They're semi-active online. However, we do believe that they can push to be active online if we can have the creation of value and cut through that information overload. The fourth segment is the particular Peter, the pizza snob or the foodie, as you may know, and they're really going to prefer high quality ingredients and the experience of the food and of going and purchasing food. And the last segment is the social Susie, and they're mostly going to be only exposed to the product through others at a party, at a football party, something like this. And so you have no real control over that point of contact. The only time that you might have control of it is if they're purchasing it for a similar need where they're going to have their own social gathering where somebody would be involved. So those are our segments for the customer that we have identified. And now I'll pass it off back to Vanessa to talk about how we came to our recommendation.
So in order to come to our recommendation, we use 3 different decision criteria. Firstly is engagement. This is how well you're going to reach your customers through the online presence. Second is sustainability, trying to find an alternative that's going to be sustainable for your company over the long term, and also risk, whether or not the alternative is high risk or low risk. So the first alternative we looked at was a mass market strategy, and this is basically using mass marketing to reach your consumers, mainly targeting males and females in age 18 to 44. This does have a huge potential for growth because of the number of people that are in this segment. And also, it has significant online reach because of the sheer number of followers you'll be able to gain. However, it may not be effective or appealing because it's not directed to a specific target market. So therefore, it does lack engagement, and it will not be sustainable in the long term. And it is fairly low risk. However, we are going to reject this alternative. Second is alternative 2, and this is a market development strategy. This is going to involve you targeting an additional segment, specifically those who are currently active online users. So this is the younger generation who often order online or through text messaging. They're very engaged online, however, they do lack disposable income, which means they may not be able to purchase your product. This can often cause a lack of engagement, however, because they are online consistently, you should be able to reach them quite well. It will not be sustainable for your company because they do not have the disposable income to be continuously purchasing your product. And it is relatively low risk because they already are active online, so you don't need to try and encourage them to be more active. However, we are going to reject this alternative as well. And lastly is alternative 3. This is the hot and ready online strategy. So this is going to target the all-together Alex. This is the one that buys with others in mind. They need convenience. They're a semi-active user, and they must have value, but we believe that if you provide this value to them, they will convert from a semi-active user to an active user. And through this, you're going to use non-traditional marketing tactics in order to reach them. This will fully engage them, and you'll be able to reach them quite well because you'll design your online strategy specifically for them. It will be sustainable because you will be able to reach them and appeal to them, and they'll continuously purchase your products. And it is low risk because this strategy is going to be designed directly for them, so it will go long term. So because of this, we will accept this alternative. I'm now going to pass it over to Isaac to discuss the implementation plan.
Thanks, Vanessa. So the overall idea behind this implementation is to increase online engagement, but each of these two different campaigns are focused at your two main objectives for the year. So the Pizza Strut campaign is focused on increasing the amount of orders through your mobile app, and the This Is What Blank Looks Like campaign is really looking at the charity aspect, looking at 100,000 new donors and $2.5 million raised for the World Food Campaign, which is your objective. So first off, what is a pizza strut? We've all been on our way to get some pizza, and you feel good inside, and you develop that strut on your way to get the pizza. So basically, that's what the pizza strut is. So this will really be used in store by having a prefabricated background, putting it in store, and letting families take pictures with hashtag pizza strut on them, and letting them post their pictures online, showing this is what my pizza strut is. I just went to Pizza Hut, I feel good, this is my pizza strut. So by going online, what does this do? This increases tweets. This will definitely increase mobile traffic because also at this different expo you can say, download the app here. And of course, the people who have the best pizza strut can win prizes. So family dinners, pizzas, different things like this. So this will cost around $75,000. This includes design for the prefabricated display, and of course this will be at 5,000 different locations. So during the beginning there will have to be a little bit of a test run in a couple stores just to make sure that this is working, but once it has been proven to be good, which it will be good, this will easily be scalable and is something that will easily increase online traffic. So next is the Pizza Strut Mobile Commercial Challenge. So what is this? This is a great way to increase the amount of people downloading the mobile app. So basically what this is you encourage some of your customers, all of your customers within your target market to create their own commercial. Within this commercial, they're using your mobile app to order pizza, and then they're using their pizza strut to show how happy they are about the pizza they just ordered. So what is an example of what one of these commercials would look like? A busy mother leaving a meeting, and she realizes that her son has a soccer game tonight, and she's in charge of feeding the entire soccer game. She doesn't have time to make supper, so she leaves the meeting, she opens up her phone, she easily orders a pizza, and she pizza struts out of the office. It's a fun thing. It'll create a bunch of buzz on the internet. It will generate views on YouTube, and it will create retweets. So different things like this, and creates consumer engagement. This will cost around $25,000 because the winner of this commercial will get $25,000, and their video will actually be turned into a commercial down the road. So as you can see now, the running total for the implementation budget is just at $100,000. So next are mobile order donations. What does this mean? On Twitter, during 4 times a year, you can say for the next 30 minutes, all of the amount of money that is used to purchase orders through the mobile app, we will match that and donate it to a charity, to the World Food Program. So this is kind of telling people, order as many pizzas as you can in the next 30 minutes. So what this will make people who see this tweet, they want to go download the app and they want to order some pizzas. So we're guessing that within 30 minutes, this may be around $5,000. We would have to do a little bit more research, and we may have to make the minute a little bit less. So $20,000 for the year on this. And so this makes the running total around $120,000 for you. So during using that campaign, we definitely see the amount of mobile downloads for your app increasing. But how are you going to reach your charity objectives? Well, that's where this comes in. This is what blank looks like. This is a guerrilla marketing campaign. It includes 3 events, one using children, one using pizza boxes, and one using elephants. So I know you sound a little bit confused. Let's look at the pizza boxes example. Go to a public place and put 10,000 pizza boxes there. They can be empty. Basically what you're saying is, this is what 10,000 pizza boxes look like. You would need hundreds of millions of these pizza boxes in order to feed all the hungry people in the world. So basically what you're saying is, we need your donations, and we need you to become donors and donate to this great cause that puts a dent in world hunger. Another example is possibly go to San Diego Zoo, rent some elephants, put them in a public location. This is what X amount of tons looks like. You would need hundreds of thousands of tons in order to put a dent into world hunger. So this is just another way. It creates a lot of buzz, creates a lot of PR. This would generate tweets online, news stories, stories within newspapers. So we have guesstimated around $10,000 per event. So this is $30,000, bringing your running total for the year to $150,000. And of course, all of the amount of money raised from these would go towards the World Food Program. So looking at a timeline. Right away, the next thing that you need to get on is testing your in-store displays for the Pizza Strut, with the hashtag Pizza Strut pictures. Next is to launch this, and then of course do the Pizza Strut Challenge. So the Pizza Strut Challenge being the commercial challenge. After that, you need 3 times throughout the year where you are doing these mobile order challenges, where you say within 30 minutes, let's see how much money we can raise, let's see how many pizzas we can get you to order. And of course, the 3 different guerrilla marketing campaigns of this is what blank looks like. So now we're looking into the future. Rising into the future. What can you possibly do to get more people onto Pizza Hut? Look at a partnership with Apple or Android. So everyone knows Siri with Apple. What if when you press Siri, you said, order me a large cheese pizza? Pizza Hut was the default pizza carrier. So if you opened your iPhone and whatever pizza you ordered, it would automatically come from Pizza Hut. So this would be a very, very lucrative partnership for you. Another thing to look at is to continue to be creative. So the campaign that we have proposed for today is very creative. This is an extremely saturated market, so you need to continue to be creative into the future. So now I'm going to pass it off to Suzanne, who's going to wrap some things up.
All right, so there are a few risks associated with this implementation plan. The first being if, for instance, we don't get enough entries for the Pizza Strut Challenge. And in this case, you just have to extend that timeline so that you can do this thing, because it is important that you do get enough entries for that. The second risk is that the 30-minute mobile order challenge might exceed that $5,000 target. And in this case, you have 2 choices. You can have fewer challenges, or you could increase the budget. It is going to a good cause, and in that case, that is what we would recommend. However, whatever is feasible for you, we will do that. And now just to feed off of what Isaac has just talked about and being creative into the future. With an online strategy and with as much saturation online as there is, the main key is that to be awesome online, you must be awesome offline. The implementation plan that we put forward for you today is engaging for consumers because it focuses on the consumers. It gives back to the charities that you're looking for, and most importantly, it allows your organization to be human. We talked about your brand personality, and we talked about how Pizza Hut should have a nurturing brand personality that really focuses on the customer and makes the customer feel as though their lives are better by doing business with them. So those are our 3 key takeaways when implementing any strategy online. And now just to wrap up, I'm going to tie back to our summary, and these are the 3 key tactics we have to meet the 3 underlying issues: to target the altogether Alex, to turn the semi-active users into active users by doing some things I've just mentioned, by being human, by focusing on the customer, and by being awesome offline, and by focusing on non-traditional marketing tactics to really utilize that small budget that you have allocated. The online era is very exciting for business. It allows you to have a connection to your consumer more than ever before, or in a different way than ever before. We believe that this hot and ready strategy will help you provide a deeper dish to Pizza Hut consumers than ever before. Thank you for your time. We will now open the floor to any questions.
And it actually reminds me of a campaign I worked on, Caramel Pizza Secret, where we asked people to unwrap their caramel bars in front of the webcam. It turned out to be a very, very successful campaign. People really bought up to this. And but one of the things that we were thinking about at the time was how do we actually want to capture that moment? And we ended up getting people to go in front of their computer, go on the webcam, and open up the camera product. So I'm curious, I'm thinking now, I'm trying to envision this right here. And correct me if I'm wrong, the way you described it was, if you're going to a pizza store, you take out your app, you pull up the webcam, and kind of, are you recording yourself, or are you going in front of a webcam, you buy the pizza at home, you take it home, you sit in front of the webcam, and open the box of pizza? How is that? I'm just trying to envision how that's actually the actual recording process.
So basically, the different customers would pre-create their own commercial. So it's a commercial challenge, knowing that the winning video will be turned into a commercial. So it would be scripted, and it would be funny, and it would be people having fun. So
okay.
Yes, it wouldn't be a candid moment using webcam. It would be using a video camera. They could use any type of camera they want, but the winning one would be created into a commercial.
Oh, okay.
And the winner would receive $25,000.
Okay.
Here's why. Busy Mothers wasn't part of the customer segmentation.
So the Altogether Alex actually would include the mother. We've tried to focus more on psychographics than on demographics or other characteristics. The busy mother would be someone that would be buying for other than themselves and would really also value that convenience. So the campaign that we have put forth really does actually align with that and will help to attract that consumer as well.
I really liked some of your tactics to take this to a retail level. We have all the stores, we should use them. I guess the one thing I'd like to speak to that I haven't heard enough about is our growth in our online and our app is organic. How are you going to use some of the recommendations to drive awareness of the app to increase vision?
So with these pre-created displays within stores, they would be encouraging people to download the app because they would have all the information there as well as the hashtag encouraging people to tweet and with the winning picture winning a prize. So it's all just part of the experience at these different locations, encouraging people to download the app, as well as the contest where if you download the app, Pizza Strut, winning the commercial. Basically all this together is really, really, really trying to get people to download the app because it is one of your main objectives.
For the most part, like we said, you're going to target the Altogether Alex. So that would be a very large portion of the population. It may be the busy mom. It may be families where they need pizza and it needs to go towards everyone's tastes. So it would be a very, very large portion, and we believe that it would fit anyone who just needs convenience and they purchase for more than just one person, and they're worried about everyone else's taste, not just their own. And we believe that would be a large portion. So that's why we chose to target the Altogether Alex.
Second to that, how are you planning on measuring the different campaigns?
So one of the great things about using online is it's very, very easy to measure things. So looking at retweets, looking at likes, looking at video views are all things that are easily measured. Using different applications like Web Trends, for example, there's different different apps where they show even statistics of how many likes per day you got. So these are all things that could be put into databases and easily measured by you to see whether this is working and whether this is not working.
Okay, so the metrics can show you the frequency of going to the website and then you can somehow tie it to the sale?
Yes, exactly. And they could measure like obviously the difference between mobile app purchases orders from the mobile app or by phone in store. So just different ways that you can compare.
And when are you planning on getting that bill?
Oh, that would be immediately. It would be very, very easy to implement that.
So after 30 days or?
Like immediately, because it's something that's easily measurable, right? So.
And what is that one metric that you place a lot of value on? That's when the display success for you.
We think that the most important thing is actually the amount of new donors for World Food Program. you put a lot of effort into the local food program. You want to raise $2.5 million. So obviously, by reaching the $100,000, you're showing that your company is, of course, beyond profits. You don't care just about the profits. You're looking for more than just that. So once you've hit the $100,000 new donors, I think that's really the main objective that you can